I've mentioned before, but this channel started with Planetside 2. Indeed, some of you have been with me throughout the years, for which I am very grateful. So when something positive happens to this game that first made me consider making videos in the first place, it feels nostalgic, perhaps even a little bit personal. I'm not blind to the realities, of course. There were times when Planetside 2 wasn't getting the love that many thought it deserved. The difficulties, the twists and turns of games development and business meant that there wasn't always the focus that the game really needed. So it's with genuine happiness that I see positivity in the Planetside 2 community and to the development team again. I don't think I've seen this sort of atmosphere since the game actually released. So perhaps a little bit of catching up, just what has happened to make me and many others return to the game. Well, the big news is Escalation, a new expansion for Planetside 2 that has added significant extra content to the game and given the opportunity for PS2's genuinely unique gameplay to shine once again. The backbone of this expansion is arguably the focus on outfits. These are guilds or corps or whatever collective noun you're used to using. These are player groups that give structure to the game and allow people to find like-minded teammates who then go out into the world and keep this fight going. The devs have touched on this in a stream a while back, but apparently they have stats showing that people return to the game so much more if they are part of an outfit. And in a game where the new player experience is still something of an issue, having experienced players to guide newer players is of real value to literally everyone. In fact, if you're new to the game, the first thing I'd recommend you do is go and join an open platoon. Pick one with engaged and vocal leaders who are actively involved in organising and corralling their troops under their command. You'd be astonished how much more enjoyable the game becomes when your effect on the massive battle is magnified and scaled by teamwork and coordination. It can be hugely satisfying. And just a quick aside to say, if you do enjoy this video, please do tap the thumb up button. It really helps discoverability and all stuff like that. So if you choose to do so, then thank you. It really is appreciated. As part of this new expansion, the concept of war assets has been added to the game. These are effectively end-game tools or abilities that outfits can wield. They must be created and then deployed by ranking members of the outfit, but because of this high requirement, they are significantly powerful in their utility or ability. For example, the big headline "Come back to Planetside and try this out" war asset is undoubtedly the Bastian fleet carrier. This massive floating sky vessel dominates the skyline and the air above wherever it is piloted. It has manable turrets and the ability to spawn air-to-air aircraft fighters for self-defense, because you better believe that your adversaries are going to be interested in taking down those weak points located all over its structure and knock it out of the sky. There are more utility tools like the Citadel Shield that is capable of encasing a tower-sized base in a protective bubble, or Steel Rain, where you and your buddies are thrown at the ground in a tactical strike of drop pods to reinforce or overwhelm an area. Furthering this idea of the social backbone of the game is the addition for the first time of an open hub. Sanctuary is, in lore, a space station above the war-ravaged planet below. It features some kiosk-style stores that allow you to engage in some of the earnable currencies that have been added as part of this Escalation patch. From a purely kind of holistic view, it's kind of nice to have a no-combat zone where you and other players can have space to congregate and celebrate your day's achievements. The cross-faction nature does add a bit to this as well. You can actually interact with people normally your enemies across the battlefield. There's quite a nice sort of community feel to everything. It's perhaps the area that feels like most fresh in development as well, like this is perhaps a Tier 0 implementation of a new type of space for the game. It's always been open landscapes before, and now this is an enclosed sci-fi building, so things like frame rates perhaps aren't as high as you might imagine. It's totally workable though, it's a non-combat zone after all. But some other rough edges like aliasing on some of the sharp geometric lines seem to speak of a game engine being asked to do things that it's simply not been asked to do before. Similarly, the lack of noise is an odd experience for a seasoned PS2 player as well. Perhaps some extra ambient noise or even just the main menu title music might help fill that void and help reduce the slightly clinical feel that it has currently. Sanctuary is a welcome addition to the game, and something that I hope is expanded upon and utilised more in future events as the community and the devs feel out what this sort of space means for a game like Planetside 2. Doubling down on the outfit focus for the Escalation expansion is the brand new edition of Outfit Wars. So if you were one of the Planetside 2 veterans who watched the ill-fated Planetside Arena development and asked, why wasn't this billed as like a space for existing outfits to then go and fight? Well, you just had your prayers answered. There are entirely optional qualification cycles for outfits to participate in, but that means you'll be given the opportunity to fight on a brand new continent called Desolation that has been custom made for Outfit Wars. The pre-season for Outfit Wars started on the 13th of March, so if you fancy a bit of esports mixed in with your Planetside 2, or perhaps you just want bragging rights over a fierce rival outfit, then this new addition to the game certainly adds some depth and endgame activities that outfits have always cried out for and have really needed. Tripling down on the theme of outfits are a couple new systems just added that allow you to earn some gear and cosmetics just through gameplay. These two new systems, available only if you're a part of an outfit, are called Loyalty and Merit. As you attack and defend bases, you will earn the currency Merit, basically a pat on the head and a well done for fighting for your outfit. This merit can then be spent in the stores I mentioned previously up on Sanctuary. Loyalty is something that you earn and rank up as you earn merit, so the higher your loyalty rank, the more items are available for you to actually spend your merit on. I do like these additions to the game, allowing people who are completely free to play to earn some more customization options, though I would note that at the moment it looks like there are no player studio items included in the possible unlocks, so if you want the creme de la creme of coolness, you still have to reach into your pocket. But with all the positivity for the game, with the actual hype back in the player base, I was moved to do something that I admit I haven't done for a long time in Planetside 2. I picked up my wallet, I blew the dust and the cobwebs away, I actually bought some Daybreak cash, although it'll always be sort of smed bucks to me, though I did see a suggestion for Rel Euros that I would also support. Now I'm not flexing or claiming some sort of big philanthropic offering here, it's just that I enjoy the game, I appreciate it being around, and it also meant that I could buy a cool new helmet to wear as well, which seems like a net positive if I've ever seen one. So if you're in the same boat, perhaps you've played before, or perhaps you're completely new, if you have some disposable income that you can spend on games, then I'd recommend considering if Planetside 2 doesn't deserve some of your love. But wait, you want some free stuff as well? Well, the devs have that covered too. They put together a pack of a cosmetic helmet. It's the salvaged Platinum Compound Helmet and a Platinum NS-11A Assault Rifle weapon unlock to celebrate the launch of Escalation. To claim it for yourself, simply redeem this code in-game or on the website. The code is PS2 Escalation. That's all one word, no spaces. So how has this all been looking in terms of player numbers? Well, if we look at Steam, and I'm told these numbers aren't definite, obviously people run the launcher standalone as well, but most of the second half of last year, the peak CCUs or concurrent users, seems to be around the 2,000 player mark. In the run-up to release, there was significant hype in the community. PTS playtests, dev streams talking about what was landing soon, we saw a decent uptake in the player numbers for the live game too. Indeed, since about mid-February of this year, we've seen those CCUs peak up around the 4,000 mark. That's an almost 100% increase in what we were seeing before. The launch of Escalation has seen an additional 50% bump in those numbers to around 6k, and just last night, as I write this, we're almost up at the 8,000 player mark, a sizable achievement for an FPS game originally launched in 2012. It's all about retaining players and keeping new people to the title educated and engaged though. I hope this focus on motivating players towards outfits and the benefits that it shows to both player enjoyment and the game's overall health really pay off for Planetside 2. As this is a game that still provides FPS gaming experiences that simply aren't available anywhere else, and as we've not really had a contender to its title as the undisputable king of the MMO FPS, I'd very much like to see Planetside 3 finally overthrow and take its crown. With Escalation, it's clear that a lot of development effort, alongside community support for things like testing, has gone into making this expansion a success. Both sides are to be congratulated in helping Planetside 2 stand in the best health it's been in for a long, long time. It goes without saying, if you've never played, then now is the perfect time to try this modern, free-to-play gem of a game. I'm very interested to know what you think of Planetside 2. Are you someone new to the title, or perhaps you're one of the crusty veterans who's been with me since the start of the journey? Please leave a comment below right now. I of course read every single one of them. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider hitting the subscribe button and helping me grow the channel and continue to make videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.